It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Siren Craft Brew. And I picked this up in Home Bargains. Now, I don't know if Siren Craft Brew are brewing a couple of beers for Home Bargains, because I have seen one or two now that I haven't picked up before now. Maybe I should have done. But I decided to pick this one up. It's 4% ABV and it's called Practical Magic Pale Ale. Siren Craft Brew. For me, Siren, I like their beer, I like their brewery, I like the quality of their product. Putting beer in a discount, kind of like go and buy your pillows, buy yourself bars of soap, buy chocolate bar. One of those stores where you can literally buy everything from tools to dog food to, you know, one of those big cheap bargain stores. Whether that is offering Siren Craft Brew any decent value, I'm pretty sure it must be, because they keep putting beers in there. Is another thing, really, isn't it? It's another thing. They got their kind of like premium beers. You can go on their website, you can buy imperial stouts and barrel-aged beers and all sorts of wonderful stuff, or you can decide to nip in Home Bargains and pick up a practical pale ale, a practical magic pale ale. It's up to you. It was in the region of about £1.40 to £1.50 a can. It wasn't a lot of money. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. There's a look at the beer. We got a one finger white head, good levels of slow moving carbonation. You can see a little bit of yeast there floating round, heading towards the bottom of the glass. Slow moving carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It's hazy. So we got a can conditioned beer then for £1.50. That's pretty good value already, isn't it? It's 4%, so it's on the lighter side in terms of pale ale. But I got every confidence with Siren that they're going to knock this. They're going to do a good job with this, and you're probably going to not really notice that it's 4% ABV, and it's probably going to taste a little bit more bolder and maybe have a little bit more of a bolder mouthfeel. The only way to check all these things out is by getting the aroma and tasting the beer. So here's the aroma. That's very tropical. Passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange, all of them wonderful. It's quite zesty. It's got a lemon zest coming through. Yeah, it smells good. It smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Fair play. Fair play. That's a belter. That's a belter of a beer. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. I took my time with that taste. I let everything process. I let everything kind of work through. Made my mind up on the beer completely before stoning the Crows. Yeah, it's tropical. Pineapple. I never use the word pineapple enough, but this has definitely got a definite pineapple, tinned pineapple taste to it. like you've opened a tin pineapple and you've eaten a bit of that pineapple ring. You've cut a bit of the chunk there and you've eaten it with a little bit of the syrup. So you've got the pineapple fruit, but you've also got that little bit of sweet syrupy flavour coming through. There's a little bit of sweetness to begin with, as I just mentioned, with that kind of pineapple tin chunk juice that you get in the tin. It's not actually that, but we'll get to that in a moment. It's got a little bit of bitterness on the back end, this one. A little bit of bitterness on the back end. It's a little bit spicy and peppery. Drinkability, I wanted to talk to you about the drinkability, didn't I? That 4% ABV. Have they managed to kind of make you feel like you're drinking something with a little bit of body? You know, it's still refreshing, but with a little bit of body. And yes, absolutely. Even though it's really refreshing, you get this little tickle of carbonation that pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. But at the same time, it's got a little bit of a creamy, rich body to the beer. It feels more than 4% ABV. And that's a quality. That's a really good quality by the brewer, because there's beers that you can drink and you're drinking a 6 or a 7% ABV beer. And yet the brewers turn it in the opposite direction, so they make it really refreshing. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, I don't feel like I'm drinking a 6 or a 7% ABV beer, but you are. But roles reversed, they because it's 4% ABV, I think they wanted to offer a little bit of body to this one. So lots of flavour, lots of body, to make you think that you're drinking something a little bit more than 4% ABV. So brewers are very good. They're very good at kind of manipulation in the mind, in terms of like nobody really wants to drink like a 4% ABV, really thin, awful beer, do they? They want something with a bit of quality. This feels like it's got a lot of quality to it. Indeed it has, I think. So, I want to tie up a couple of loose ends. I talked an awful lot about tin pineapple at the beginning of the review. There's no fruit at all in this beer. If you're new to craft beer, if you popped into Home Bargains and you've decided to pick up one of these cans, then it's hops. It's hops. It's a lot of kind of American or maybe Aussie or New Zealand hops that they've used. They're really juicy when you use them. They put them in the fermenter rather than the boil kettle. That's probably even more technical than I need to be, but it's hops. It's not like they're jamming tins of tin pineapple in the brew. Absolutely not. It's all hops. It's a good beer. It's a good beer. It's a beer that if I ventured into Home Bargains to buy some logs for my fire maybe, or picked up some chocolate bars or some crisps, I always have a little wander down the beer aisle. Always have a wander down the beer aisle. And yeah, I think I could buy a few cans of this. I think this could be a nice sit in the garden. I mean, not in this weather. Look, I'm in my body warmer again. It's absolutely, there's snow on the roofs out there today. It's freezing. But I can imagine in a month or two, when it warms up slightly, I could sit out in that garden with the sun out, absolutely enjoying a few of these. And that's the point. Would you buy it again? Would you drink it again? Yes, absolutely, I'd drink this again. I'd buy this again. It's nice. It's a nice, easy drinking, sessionable pale ale. The witches and wizards in our brew team have conjured up a magical, refreshing pale ale. Tropical aromas invite you in before treating you to delicate hoppy flavours of guava, bergamot and stone fruits. The beer finishes with a subtle drying bitterness, tantalising, tempting for the next sip. 4% ABV. This beer has indeed been brewed with... It's been brewed with oats. There we go. So that oats in the beer that offers that creaminess, that richness, that mouthfeel. These guys know what they're doing. Siren Craft Brew. Whenever I see their beer, I see it as a sign of quality. Very much like Thornbridge. If I see Thornbridge beers, I go, you know what? I'm going to pick up a couple of cans of that because I know it's going to be good. Siren for me has that same level of quality. Even if you're finding beers in home bargains, that they're producing for home bargains, you still have an air of confidence that you can pick the beer up and you're not wasting your money. I like it. I do. I like that. I like that enough for a 4% ABV beer. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.